Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because the ripple effect with this bank debacle just won't stop. And you guys haven't seen anything yet. Um, Please, before I get into it, take a second. Please like the video. Please hit the subscribe button. Today we have a sponsor, Ageless Multi-Collagen from BioTrust, which I will talk about a little bit later. But let's get right into it. Okay, Silicon Valley Bank. One thing that I know a lot about is the startup community because of what I did prior to being here on YouTube, and that was running medical, med tech, and biotech conferences. And one thing about Silicon Valley Bank that we're finding out is how big this ripple effect is going to be with other companies. And I have to thank Anne, who sent me this story. And one thing that I had mentioned was that in Israel, there's a huge medical and biotech and startup community out of Israel. And a ton of these companies were funded by Silicon Valley Bank. eToro, Robus, Capital, Fireblocks, all these different companies, okay? Over 500. Now here's the thing, guys. Of these 500 companies, they don't have funding today. They're done. They're finished. And this is exactly what we talked about in the last video, and that was this is going to have a huge effect for industries that you don't even know about. Now, first things first, one thing that I cannot confirm that I've heard is that if you do business with Silicon Valley Bank and you got funding or a loan or any type of financial aid in any way, shape, or form, you had to do 100% of your banking at Silicon Valley Bank. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. But what you're seeing, if that is the case, these people are done because as they are being promised that, hey, the funding's going to come back together and don't worry, you're going to be made whole, they're not. They're not being made whole. You're seeing companies that cannot survive today. And by midweek, you're going to see companies that will file bankruptcy globally. This is going to happen. When you get funding and you rely on a burn rate and you have, X amount of dollars that you have in the company that will last you so much time based on the rent, based on the employees, based on testing, innovation, manufacturing, everything you have that goes into running a new company. This is the concern that these people have right now. And hey, well, they'll just go to another bank, Dan, and they'll just get funded. No, they have financial commitments right now with these institutions that they will not be able to meet right now. Pure and simple, guys. Pure and simple. So the ripple effect of this and of other industries is going to be catastrophic. It's going to be huge, and you're going to hear about more banks. As Biden comes out yesterday and tells us how great everything is, the financial institution is solid. I mean, when's the last time that guy stepped into a financial institution? Seriously, okay? Doesn't know anything about what's going on with the economy, and it's ridiculous right now that we're in this position and we're relying on people like him and Janet Yellen to assure us that everything's fantastic. So the Fed is buying everything they can right now, and this is ridiculous because if you don't think that this is propped up and that the stock market should not have fallen, 5,000 points at this point, you're kidding yourself. So once again, this is just the beginning. Of the 20 banks that we talked about in the last video that are in a precarious position, those are the ones that we know about. What about the ones we don't know about? Robert Kiyosaki steps forward, and he's been pitching doom and gloom for a long time. And, I like Robert a lot. I really do. And one thing that he is convinced that we're going to see a major problem with, which won't be too big of a surprise, is Credit Suisse. And he thinks that they're going to be the third bank that's going to go down for the count after the last two that we've seen. So First Republic hanging by a thread, Signature goes down and gets seized, Silicon Valley Bank goes down, and is Credit Suisse next? A lot of people on TikTok and on Twitter are talking about Bank of America. And I don't see it with Bank of America yet. Are they in trouble? Do I think that all these banks are in trouble? Yes. I think that that's not going to be the big problem. I think it's going to be one of these other banks right now. So Robert Kiyosaki is convinced because they did not issue earnings, and the SEC said that they can't issue earnings. Think about this, guys. The SEC steps in and tells a bank that they cannot publicly disclose their earnings right now. What do you think the shenanigans were in those earnings right now? So again, guys, we haven't seen anything yet, but this is just the beginning of this. So it's the ripple effect, guys. And the ripple effect is going to destroy communities. It's going to destroy businesses. And you're going to see industries go out of business over the course of the next week. Let's talk about our sponsor, Ageless Multi-Collagen. You know, as we get older, let's face it, guys, we get wrinkles, our skin dries out a little bit, and you know, there's things that you can do to help yourself, and the best thing you can do is Ageless Multi-Collagen. I've been taking this for, you know, just over a week now, and really works, guys. Few things. I'm not a go under the knife type of guy, but I have to, you know, worry about my appearance. And as I exercise and as I get older, I've noticed a lot of joint pain. This has completely helped me with that. It's great for your hair health, your nails health, joint pain, but more importantly, your skin health. And there's 5 ingredients in this. It's, you know, tasteless, odorless. You know, you mix it in a glass of water and it'll help you. But you guys should try this stuff because they're giving you 51% off. It's from the good company at BioTrust. Used Health with Dan as the link, healthwithdan.com. Try it today and save 51%. Like all BioTrust products, it's got a 60-day money-back guarantee. Take a look at Healthy Multi-Collagen today. We are living through interesting times right now, to say the least. Think about this. 2 job posting things I want to talk to you about that are fantastic. The greatest gas station on the planet Earth is a place called Buc-ee's, Buccees. Okay, it's got a big bucktooth gopher or beaver or whatever this guy is, but it is the greatest gas station. They have, you know, over 100 pumps there. But when you go in a Buc-ee's, they've got restaurants, they've got food, they've got clothing, they have everything inside the store. It's like going to a mini Walmart, but it's a gas station, and it's absolutely amazing. Buc-ee's just announced that they are hiring people for as much as $225,000 a year to work at a Buc-ee's. Hello, okay? So go work at Buc-ee's, okay? Walk there. I mean, does that sound great? $225,000. Have you guys been to a Buc-ee's? You know, and I know you guys are going to freak out because it is a beaver, but okay. I love that place. Oh my gosh. They have a smoker inside the gas station. It is absolutely crazy. And I heard it's owned by one family that owns this, and it's absolutely amazing. There's nothing like a Buc-ee's. So if you've ever been to a Buc-ee's, share your thoughts on that. Now, the next thing is, this is something that was sent to me through LinkedIn, which is absolutely awesome. Imagine you're going through and you're looking through the company's portal that you work at, and you see your job listed. Okay? Man, I think they're going to get rid of me. How about if you see your job listed for between $30,000 and $90,000 more than they're paying you right now? How about that? So we are seeing absolute crazy times right now where you are seeing things like this happen, and you know, be leery of everything, guys. Be on the lookout for all this stuff, because if you think you're secure with your job, you are joking. You are kidding yourself. They are getting rid of people for any reason, but maybe they just don't like you, and they're going to pay some guy $30,000 a year more than you to $90,000 a year more than you, just to motivate you. Now, again, know your worth. Know, you know, what you do for the company. People just, oh, I do everything, Dan. So important. They could never do without me. Okay. Well, great story. Check it out below. I absolutely love this. Okay, so share your thoughts. Have you guys ever seen that? You ever seen your job being listed for that much more money than they're paying you right now? Because this is the beginning of this, guys. You're going to see more and more and more things like this in the coming months. So let me know. With the banking debacle, one thing that we are seeing is a lot of stories right now that everybody's sending me about how the Fed's not going to raise interest rates. They're going to have to cool this and just keep them where they're at right now. Do you guys really believe that? Do you really believe that these bank failures are going to slow the Fed down? Now, a couple people, Mohammed El-Arian, okay, brilliant, economist, investor, and he's saying, this is it, guys. No more rate hikes. Freeze it. So I want to know what you guys think right now. Do you think that this is the way it should be? Let me know, because I think the Fed's going to continue to raise rates. I believe in nothing. I believe that nothing is real right now when it comes to the stock market, when it comes to the banking situation. I think things are much worse than they're letting us, to believe. And they're doing nothing, that's based in reality. Nothing. You and I have to run our businesses, pay our bills, pay our employees, and make sure everybody's happy. And that, at the end of the week, after we pay everybody, there's money left over. But you can go and you can fleece a bank and leave it $1 billion overdrawn at the end of the day on last Thursday night. I mean, crazy, guys. Absolutely crazy. A couple things I wanted to talk to you about in regards to real estate. And when I was walking by the video that I shot yesterday with that house that at one time was $36 million, now it's $21 million. They were doing a photo shoot that day, and they had the photographer out there, and he was filming and doing everything new for the new realtor to promote this thing globally to their audience. And I was telling him about the house, and he's like, oh my gosh, this thing fell out of escrow at $21 million. So think about that. The house was listed at 36. They accepted an offer of 21. It's now listed at $21.9 million. And, what do you have, guys? You have a house that's basically, anybody can walk by, anybody can, hang out in front of. You have no privacy, and it's $21 million. So that's nuts right there. Now, another great real estate story that was sent to me was it is getting to be cheaper to build your own home in certain states. And this is taken off. There's 18 states right now where they say mathematically it's cheaper to build your own home than to go out and buy a home. And the number one state right now to do this is Utah. People are building more houses in Utah that are spec houses for themselves to live in, not to sell, to go out and move in themselves. So this is the shape of things to come, guys. You're going to see more and more of this. We're going to get Lennar's numbers this week. They're going to come out and tell us how great they're doing. And the only number that I care about with Lennar Homes is their inventory. And so as soon as you guys hear that, if you get it, because Pulte never told us the inventory. Pulte just told us how great things were and all their different marketing and how they were going to do magic tricks to keep things open. It's ridiculous, guys. You are seeing houses sit on the market longer. You're seeing more houses here in high-end areas. And I spoke to a realtor yesterday that wouldn't go on camera, didn't want the house mentioned. The house has been on the market now for almost a year in Corona Del Mar, and they've decided to lease the house now after the remodel. It's the only chance they have of making any money, and they think that the market, they want a 2-year lease, which is a long term to lease a house, to say the least. But that's the problem that you're seeing, guys. You're seeing more of this that's just getting worse and getting worse and getting worse, and nobody wants to sit there and look at it. So the ripple effect of all this stuff is going to affect everything. But do you think that we're not going to see interest rates get, raised? I think that they have to raise interest rates right now. Another great story about company culture. People are more concerned about inflation destroying company culture than they are layoffs right now, which I think is ridiculous. I think that what you're seeing right now with these companies is that they're cutting back on everything, and it's affecting every aspect of a business right now. And if you don't think that they're going to get rid of your job and make, two jobs into one, that's going to happen right now. You're going to see this more and more and more, unlike any other time in history. We're living through something that is, depressionary. And it's the beginning of this. And if you don't think that's where we're at, you're kidding yourself. I want to show you guys something real quick. You've got these high-end houses that you've seen on $1 Million Listing with Josh Altman up on that hill up there. But this one cat, look at this with the solar panels on the side of the hill. It's absolutely beautiful. But really high-end, $20 million properties, are they going to sell now? Who knows? I just think if I had that much money to buy a property, what I would be doing, it wouldn't be, I know the area really well. There's areas I would live in, there's streets I would live on. And yeah, that's great. And yeah, you get to look at the boats all day long. But is that the dream right there? Living on that hill. But the houses are stunning. Don't get me wrong. They're absolutely amazing. They're unlike anything that most of us will ever, live in or get to even go inside of. But, we're going to see such a downturn in real estate, and it's starting to happen. The age of the market is the big deal. The fact that all these realtors are not making money right now, and they're going upside down. They're not paying their rent. They're not paying their employees. You're seeing a lot of problems right now, especially here in Southern California, where you've got a lot of high-end properties where these people are just trying to hang on and thinking it's going to turn and get better. If they lowered interest rates tomorrow, would that make real estate be better? Do you really think that? I think that we're going to, see something that we've never seen in our lifetime, but that's just me. One thing that we are seeing right now is First Republic Bank having people race down there to pull their money out. Rightfully so, guys. This is not going to be something that is fixed in a week. You're going to see a lot of these banks that are going to go out of business. When I went by First Republic in the last video, I was shocked to see people not hanging out waiting. And you need to get your money out of the bank, guys. You need to take advantage of this. You have to have a financial institution. You have to have a bank. I believe you should have more than one bank that you rely on. Credit unions are great, but if you believe the economic ninja, the credit unions are about to experience a huge problem because a lot of them do auto financing. And that will be interesting to see which ones have the biggest problems right now. So that's coming. But do yourself a favor, guys, right now, and make sure you have cash on hand right now to get through this, okay? Investors right now that are investing in tech and things like that are concerned because they're dropping right now and they're not keeping, the ship afloat. The boat is taking on water right now, guys. And you can sit there and you can say, oh, it's all great. And if you believe that this is all a big ruse to bring in the digital dollar, which I do, I think that's part of the problem and part of the issue with all of this is that this is just the beginning of this mess and that we haven't seen anything yet. And people write me and say the digital dollar is going to be great, Dan. Sure, it is. Every single thing that you purchase is going to be tracked in every way, shape, and form. If they don't want you to travel, you're not going to travel. Hey, I want pizza 40 miles away. You guys have to understand this. One thing that I do just for stories and for to meet different people to talk about different things on the channel, I'll drive 50 miles to go eat pizza in a restaurant with somebody or go have Chinese chicken salad because it's the thing to do in Lakewood, okay? And no, we don't want you going to Lakewood right now. We don't want you to spend it. Your spending is going to be cut off if you go to Lakewood right now. If you don't think that that's going to happen, you're kidding yourself. But make sure you have cash, large bills, small bills, everything out of the bank right now so that you could survive as long as a week, okay? Think about that, guys. Now, You could sit there and tell me, oh, everybody at Silicon Valley Bank is going to be made whole. I don't believe it at all. You're seeing such a problem right now, and when will they be made? When will they be made whole? For those of you that live on a fixed income, you have a pension, you live on Social Security, whatever, make sure that you are protected right now, and not try to get 10% of that money every month sitting in a drawer someplace. Just try it, okay? You may not be able to do it. It may be too much, but the idea is to have yourself in a way, financially, that if something like this happened to your bank for a week to 10 days, you'd be fine. I've had people that when the internet went out, the Canadian internet debacle last summer happened, I had more people in the South write me saying, Dan, thank you so much for this advice because we were protected. So, it's all you can do, guys, is take care of yourself. Look out for other people, too. A lot of naysayers out there. A friend of mine write me today from Israel saying, what's it like to be right, man? You're just batting 1,000 with all these bank warnings. And you guys, it's not, gloating at this point.
Yes.
Okay? It's really not. But if you don't think that the ripple effect from this is like a tsunami, guys, that the water gets sucked out, everybody goes and admires, hey, look, there's no water in the ocean, then it takes everybody out, okay? Look at the movie The Impossible and watch what happened with that. You've seen this. Same thing with an earthquake, guys. It's not necessarily the first jolt, it's the wave and the buildings getting crushed slowly and crumbling, okay? That's what's happening before us right now. Prepare yourself. You'd rather be right. You'd rather be me and sit there and go, yeah, see, I told you so, okay? And I'm not going to gloat. I'm not going to shove it down your throat like that, but I am right, okay? So share your thoughts on this stuff so far. Here's something interesting for you. Now remember, the economy is great right now. General Motors is going to executives throughout the company and offering them a full buyout of their contracts to get them to retire early. Now think about this. They would rather pay to get rid of people right now and spend billions of dollars doing this than keep these people on the payroll for an extended period of time. That's crazy, guys. That's absolutely nuts to think about that. But everything's great, nothing to worry about. Now, a couple things. President Biden steps forward and says that the executives at Silicon Valley Bank should be fired. Who's ever responsible for this? No one's getting fired, guys. No one's getting fired at all. And this is what we have happen all the time. The blame game. Oh my gosh, these guys are my friends. I can't blame them. That's what's going to happen. Oh, they contributed to who? Okay, that's what's going to happen too. You're going to see more of that. Charlie Gasparino, who is a contributor on Fox News, Business, and New York Post. I love Charlie. I think he's got this one wrong because he is saying, hey, listen, there's a great article below that says, I don't think that this is going to be that big of a problem. I don't think it's going to go to other financial institutions. I think he's wrong this time. And I think this is going to go to other financial institutions, and you haven't seen anything yet. So if there's breaking news, I will bring it to you guys right away. But people are clearing out their bank accounts. It's not being reported like you would normally see. You're hearing it from channels like this and smaller people that are out there, not on the mainstream media. Now, final thing, for those of you that are concerned about Silicon Valley Bank and want to know the timeline, I found a great article talking about the timeline of the company, and even that idiot Jim Cramer talking about how people should invest in Silicon Valley Bank and was touting it, last year as the be-all to end-all. So the time frame is there if you guys want to take a look at that. I think it's fascinating personally, and I think you guys will like this, but it just goes to show you how quickly things can go south. This company, you're going to have the ripple effect, and it's going to destroy, we know 500 Israeli startups. That's the start, guys. You're going to see thousands of companies that are going to be destroyed by this. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join the email list. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you very soon.